If you're a 90s kid or just witchy at heart, you know the power of the craft. Directed by Andrew Fleming and starring the unforgettable Firuza Balk, this 1996 classic didn't just awaken my love for irreverence and teenage angst, it was my first step into the world of everything scary. Let's talk about why it's iconic. I remember being around 10 years old and renting The Craft on VHS from Blockbuster. At the time, some scenes genuinely terrified me, but that fear turned into fascination. Looking back, The Craft was my gateway to everything scary and stories about empowerment and rebellion. This movie wasn't just about spells or scares, it was about outsiders finding their voice and taking charge of their lives. What drew me in and still does is how these girls took their teenage angst and turned it into power. They weren't afraid to challenge the norms and they made it clear being different is something to embrace, not to hide. For me, the craft wasn't just about magic, it was about discovering that leadership and confidence that comes from within. Nancy's evocation of Manon is still one of the most intense scenes. Hail to the guardians of the watchtowers. It's a moment that symbolizes taking control and finding strength in yourself. But the movie also shows the dark side of power and how it can spiral if you lose sight of your inner truth. Watching these girls go from misfits to ruling the school was so satisfying. It wasn't about being liked, it was about demanding respect and owning their individuality. We are the weirdos, mister. This line still feels like a rallying cry for anyone who's ever felt out of place. Nancy didn't just dominate scenes with her attitude, she owned them with her fashion. Her long black coat chokers and bold styling were unforgettable. That coat, it's still a mood decades later. I even remember going to Hot Topic at the mall with friends to see if they had a coat like Nancy's. Her look was iconic. It wasn't just clothes, it was a vibe. Fearless, rebellious, unapologetic. Whether you're invoking Manon, embracing teenage angst, or stepping into the world of darkness, the craft is a reminder that magic and change starts with you. What's your favorite moment from this 1996 classic? And don't lie, we've all tried light as a feather, stiff as a board at a sleepover. Spoiler, it didn't work, but we for sure felt powerful trying.